I'm packing to head back to school very soon. I'm really excited to be back.
Hey Chips, I hope you guys had such a great summer. I am fired up to start out the new year and continue to make more videos for you guys.
So I thought I would take a pause from packing and cleaning and talk about why I applied to CMU in the first place.
For today's video, we are talking about what inspired us to go to CMU.
So I'm an out-of-state student, if you have not heard that before. And when I was in high school, I had a representative come to my high school and talk about Central. At the time, I was going into senior year and I had no idea what to expect, how to even look for schools. First things first, the admissions rep that came to my school was so welcoming. She was so ready to answer questions. She was excited. She was fired up to be there. So a few things that really excited me was tuition. Coming from out of state, Central is actually really cheap for me in comparison to a lot of the Illinois schools, and so the cost was doable. I could swing it. Another thing that was really enticing to me was the fact that all the dorms, pretty much all the dorms, even for freshmen, had in-unit bathrooms. It's kind of like a comfort thing. She talked about the leadership safari, which we have covered in a couple different videos. I was heavily involved in like leadership throughout high school, and I thought that that would be an amazing opportunity to just meet people, get acquainted with the campus. I think it's a really awesome resource actually for new students to be able to have that. Central has a lot of programs like that, and I loved hearing about that. Not only Leadership Safari, but the whole Leadership Institute. We talked about all the different residential colleges that you can become a part of based on your major and what you're interested in. And then of course, all the typical different student organizations that you could get involved in. There's literally something for everyone. It's just about finding your niche and what you're really into. And it's a super welcoming campus to let you do that. And I got that from her.
So for me, college was always something I strive for, something I've always wanted to do. And it was very important for me that I knew I can find a place where I could be successful. CMU, I didn't really know about CMU until my senior year-ish. Like, I've heard about it, I just never really knew it. There's one person I really do have to thank, and I don't think she knows it enough, that she is one of the biggest reasons I came to CMU. She was an RA for Wheeler, I believe, for a couple years, and she talked to me about CMU, or whenever she mentioned something, I always just got really excited to hear what she had to say. You can see how much CMU has impacted her, and now I see how much of an impact she's making on the world or making on other people's lives. And I don't know, every time I would speak to her, she would always be super fired up to talk about CMU. Every time I walked across campus, you would always see a smile, you would always hear a fire up Chips. And it just felt different, and it felt like CMU is a home rather than just a campus, rather than just a college. I think a lot of professors, the president, and students really embody what it means to be a fired up Chip. So I chose CMU because I knew it was a place where I could be successful. I chose CMU because I knew that CMU could give me the tools and skills for me to be successful after college, after CMU.
Now, something that's really exciting is that Central just launched with the Common App. So it is actually a lot easier now to do the application, because if you're applying to multiple schools, you can submit the Common App through multiple schools, and Central has now become a part of that. Fast forward a little more, I got accepted. I got my acceptance letter in the mail. So I was like, Dad, let's drive 5 hours. Let's go visit this place. And he was like, fine, all right, let's do it. And actually Central was the only school that I ended up visiting because it was a perfect balance of super fun. Staff and students were amazing that I interacted with, but also learning about the academics and all the different buildings and technologies and resources, just the quality of the academics that you'd be engaging in. It sounded perfect to me because it was super welcoming, but it was also like, I know I'm gonna get a good education here. You know what I'm saying? So it really depends what you value, but I think both of those things are super important. You wanna feel at home and you wanna feel comfortable when you're moving away and going to a new place, because Central has such committed and qualified staff and professors. The people I've gotten the chance to interact with are just incredible, so intelligent and so knowledgeable about their fields, which I think is super important. Obviously, you're teaching the future. And fast forward 3 years, it's my senior year and I'm freaking out, not ready to leave. Granted, I do still have 2 more semesters. Super excited to jump right in and get that started.
I'm so fired up to see all the new faces on campus, and I hope for everyone to have a great year.
Thank you everyone for tuning in. Get fired up for this school year and stay maroon and golden.